TPC Stadium, of course, has played host to the Skins Game, PGA Club Professional Championship, the Liberty Mutual Legends of Golf on the Champions Tour. I always enjoyed that. And along with the Jack Nicklaus Tournament course right next door, the finals of the PGA Tour qualifying school for a number of years. Frank here at the par 4 12th, getting ready for this approach shot. Good chance for a 3.
There is. Notice the contours on the green. They sort of slope towards the back and down that left side. So you can actually use that in your favor with this approach.
Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either.
Well, that one's got a stink. Has a good stroke. Even par currently.
Oh my goodness, he just missed that. And that was almost tap-in distance. This is EA Sports coverage of the PGA Tour. Frank, what should the golfers be looking out for today?
Going to have to play well from tee to green for a start. That's where most of the problem is. It sets up beautifully for what we call a second shot golf course. Providing you can get the ball in play, you will get rewarded for good iron play around it. The reason why is because when you miss, you're penalized.
Frank, not the longest hitter, but sometimes you win tournaments by putting it in a good spot, and that's where we are right here, 280 yards out.
Yeah, 280 down the middle of the fairway. That'll never get you in trouble.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
Right about 9 feet here to the hole.
And with that birdie, into the top 25 on the leaderboard. Now the par 4 12th, only 363 yards, but Frank, it is intricate. There's a lot involved, isn't there, in playing a hole like this?
Yeah, I think this is where you have to work out, which clubs do you hit the best? Are you better with a 9-iron? Are you better with the wedge? Because that's the distance you want to hit it to. That's how you can be aggressive, even when you're laying up.
That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
Club has been pulled. Ready for the second shot now at the par 4 12th.
Just an incredible shot. That is a very makeable putt after a great approach. Well played.
Ooh, chance for birdie.
You get the sense now with that birdie that our young star, so explosive, is setting himself up for a big weekend run. Now teeing off here at the par 3 13th. Frank, this one's not looking good.
Yeah, certainly not down the fairway line, heading toward the rough.
You have to think he'll be happy with that, given that it looked like it was headed right for the rough.
Yeah, it looked like that was the only place it was going to finish, but, well, it's a little bit unexplainable. Let's see what he does from here now. Lucky break. Oh, I thought they'd at least pick up a shot. birdie looked like a sitter. Now par.
Nice par to remain at 2 under. 14th hole, par 4 of 389 yards. It is short, but Frank, there is some danger lurking along the way.
Yeah, most of it's sand. Two options really: poke it down that left side, let it run down there like a bowling alley. Either that or take that bunker completely out of play, 290, 300 yard cutter, and get it down there where it's just a flick wedge in.
Frank, what's the key here? Second shot at 14.
Green sits up a little bit, well protected by those bunkers there. A nice high, soft landing shot.
Oh, looked like he caught a flyer right there, Frank.
Well, I don't know what he caught, but this is way too much.
Just averted danger right there. So close.
Why does he have all the luck?
I thought that was in.
Yeah, it looked good. I mean, line, pace. It's hard to be critical of that.
Just a couple of feet. Has it. And he's 2 under par.
Don't forget, second round coverage coming your way tomorrow here on EA Sports. For our entire crew, I'm Rich Lerner saying so long for now. This is EA Sports PGA Tour coverage coming up next. It's second round coverage of the Career Builder Challenge. Good tee shot, good lie, and now a good chance to take advantage here on this hole. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. On the green, and a chance for birdie here on the first hole.
It's that sneaky distance.
That's not how you picture it, Frank, when you step on that first tee.
No, you'd like to go back to that first tee right now and start again.
He'll take par and move on. To the second hole now, par 4, only 371 yards. Frank, what do players need to look out for off the tee?
It's really a layup hole here. No need to hit driver down there. The biggest, oh, he's winding this one up. Does he have the power though? Ball just took off the face. Huge with a capital H.
Moved it a long ways. How about that tee ball? Not just in the fairway, but way down the fairway.
Yeah, a lot of people can hit it long and crooked. Long and straight, that's the hard one to get. That is absolutely in prime position.
Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. Starting to move now, Frank, on this leaderboard.
Certainly going all in the positive direction. Was in the middle of the pack, now top 15.
Frank, 100 yards longer than the second hole. The third, 471 yards. What do you think of this hole?
This is totally different to the previous hole. Driver should come out of the bag here, and if you can take that first bunker out of play, which is around that 285, 290 yard mark, you can start to shorten this hole up a little bit. And, well, the longest hitters, they still might even get a short iron in hand.
And now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. That ball sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Frank,
that birdie will help the cause.
First par 3 of the day. It is the 4th here at PGA West, sitting at just under 200 yards in the card. This one's looking good. So a chance for birdie after another solid approach shot. Par yesterday, now for birdie. Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
Just drip that in.
Well, it's 4 1/4 inches. Use it all.
Frank, right where you want to be at the midway point of a tournament.
Yeah, you know your game's solid. The focus is more on the leader and that you can just go out and play. Excellent position to be in.
EA Sports is proud to present PGA Tour coverage. Today it's live third round coverage of the Career Builder Challenge.
Oh, this is heading in the wrong direction.
Uh-oh. Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him.
Little redemption chance here. Had bogey yesterday. He can't believe it. Thought it was in. And he's putting for par now. That's good work. That's a good par right there. Frank, this is like a big water park here at PGA West. We saw it at the 6th, and here again at the 7th, a challenging par 4, 346 yards.
I've never, ever seen anyone try and drive this green, so it's just a layup. See the bunker down there in the distance, that really is the stop sign. So something that's short of that, but really what I prefer is try and lay up on a nice number, something that you got a full shot in, whether that be a 9-iron or an 8-iron or a wedge. You'd like to have a full club in here.
What a display of shot making this has been, Frank.
Oh, that incredible approach shot there, the easiest of birdies coming up.
Starting to play some good golf. With that birdie, moves to 4 under for the tournament. Well, Frank, here at the par 5 8th, 559 yards. Looks as though the player's getting a break from the water, but there is some trouble out there.
Yeah, there certainly is bunkering both on the left and the right. Once again, though, par 5s are always an opportunity for the longer hitter. Even if you stray a little off line, then it just becomes a 3-shotter like it is for everybody else.
Nice position, short grass, second shot. That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
Well, that's how you play the game right there. Knock it on the green and give yourself a good look at birdie. This can be a cruel game at times. Came to the putt excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, little change in the attitude right now. You've let one go. You've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important this one goes in.
Frank, the par 4 ninth at 452 yards is all you want.
You could make 5 here every day just by poking it down the left side, but who wants to do that? Force your hand, try and go down the right side. You might make the odd 3, make a few more 4s, but miss it on the right, and that's where you start to make a big number.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Frank, this one looks like it might have a postage stamp on it. Airmail City.
Yeah, lick it, send it.
Oh, what a shot. I mean, almost in. Made par yesterday. This one for birdie. Starting to put it together right now, Frank.
Doing that trio at the top.
So through 54 holes, a really good position inside the top 5 with 1 round to go.
Yeah, and those handful of players that we're looking at, Rich, they certainly have looked the best players this week, which makes tomorrow look like a real thriller.
EA Sports is proud to present today's PGA Tour coverage.
Today, it's the final round of the Career Builder Challenge.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Nicely played shot, about 310 yards down the fairway. Frank, the handicap system in golf really is the great equalizer, isn't it?
Yeah, there's no sport like it. I can't imagine going to Wimbledon and playing, sort of Djokovic or Federer, or, playing NFL with Peyton Manning. But, the beauty of golf, we can go out in a golf course. We decide what our handicaps are on the first tee. We decide who's going to get strokes, and then off you go and play. And we play on a level playing field.
Headed in the right direction with that birdie.
Just sneaks into the top 10. It's a good move this week.
This is the second par 5 at PGA West of 600 or more yards. The 16th is a pretty good test.
Oh, that had some meat behind it.
Okay, the second shot now at this par 5. Ready for his third shot. Needs to hit this close. See if you can get this one to drop here at the 16th for a birdie. Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. That's an important birdie right there, into the top 5 on this leaderboard.
Well, there's so much at stake this week, Rich.
Well, Frank, the most famous island green obviously is TPC Sawgrass, Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida, Pete Dye's creation. People forget this is also an island green here in the California desert.
And it's called Alcatraz, and I've never heard of anyone trying to break into Alcatraz.
You cannot hide the flagstick from that man inside of 5 feet. Locked in on the read and the speed. Just continuing to play some really good golf. 8 under par for the championship.
Well, Frank, hopefully the player has arrived here at 18 in a pretty good frame of mind. If not, you have to be thinking, oh, here we go again. Water left. I mean, you could shoot 100 out here on this golf course if you don't have your best stuff.
Yeah, this is another example of, you're right, if you've got the bad mojo going, this is not the hole you want to be playing. Water left, bunkers right. Somewhere in between, though, this fairway.
Frank, right where you want to be.
Wouldn't be better if it was on a tee.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Frank, this is a good position to be in for a player. Making birdies, making some moves.
Yeah, starting to get the momentum, too, for the finish.
EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the BioWare Classic.
Oh, he's winding this one up. Does he have the power, though? Long just meant longer.
310 yards and straight, you can win with that.
Rich, now's the time to knuckle down. I know things haven't gone right up to this point, but really, this is where you can still get something out of it. Just give yourself that opportunity. You're good enough.
Beauty of golf, Frank. One good strike comes off the center of the bat, one good result, and you begin to feel differently about things. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Well, that was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
Sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the BioWare Classic.
That is burning through the atmosphere. Look at that thing. It's got a tail on it.
That's like a rocket ship. That one was launched by NASA. Has a shot of about 145 yards. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Just a couple of feet. Starting to move now, Frank, on this leaderboard.
Certainly going all in the positive direction. He's in the middle of the pack, now top 15.
Par 5 12 here at the Wetlands Golf and Country Club is 576 yards. First par 5 on this backside.
Ball just took off the face.
Ooh, squeeze that one, Frank.
That is the champion of the mashes. He mashed up. I don't know if that button can be used again after that.
And as he strides up here to the 12th green, having hit it in regulation, he knows now that his work is by no means done. A long putt coming up. That was not a very good read right there. Frankie's going for 2 birdies in a row.
If he can knock this one in, then that's certainly going to help the comp.
Needs a few more of those. That was a good birdie.
Yeah, this time, that one gets him in the top 10.
Here we go at the par 4 13th, 452 yards. What's the best angle of attack?
The straight line really is the best way here, like a lot of holes on the golf course. But straight, as we know, is not often easy. Fairway does start to widen up the further out there you get it. So for the longer hitters, this hole actually plays relatively easy. For the shorter hitters in that narrow area, that'll leave you a lengthy second shot where you just might have to bisect the 2 front greenside bunkers.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. I mean, that's how the game is played, right there.
He's just making it look so easy. That birdie coming up, formality.
Good chance here. Has the birdie to move to 3 under par for the championship. 14th hole here at the Wetlands. A dangerous par 3 comes in at 204 yards. There's some trouble out there.
And this is where you have to readjust your focus. If you start looking right or left of this green, you see all the problems that could come in and prevail. Instead, just look at that front bunker. Try and fly your tee shot over that, somewhere around the front edge of the green, maybe 3 or 4 yards on, and then the hole becomes that much easier.
That was a solid strike and a good result. This one just requires a little bit of focus.
Oh, how did that miss?
Are you kidding me? I mean, that one was dead center. Keeps the momentum going with that putt. Stays at 3 under. So 1 round in the books and a lot to chew on here.
There is. This is going to be a tough championship to pull away. The standard of golf, especially that first page of the leaderboard. Excellent golf.
EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live second-round coverage of the BioWare Classic.
Just smokes it.
Right out of the center of the bat.
Did you hear that? Oh, that's fine.
Frank, these days golfers are training like high-level athletes from other sports. Rory McIlroy, for example, has been using a guy by the name of Steve McGregor, who happened to be the trainer for the New York Knicks of the NBA.
And part of his training now is high altitude. The majority of the medal holders, for example, in the Olympics, or medal winners in the Olympics, actually use high altitude training. You know, you can develop more red blood cells in a shorter period of time. But, you know, golf, we've had so many different types of training from the athlete side. But you go back to the old days of Henry Cotton beating an old tire. Vijay Singh picked up on that. Or even the rhythm of Sam Snead. He used to count in the rhythm. It was 1, 2, 3. was 1 at the top of the swing, 2 at impact, and 3 at the follow-through. All those things are still very valid today.
Not a gimme, but well within his range.
A great start.
On to the second hole, par 3 of 225 yards. Good hole, Frank.
It certainly is, and the 2 bunkers, 1 left and 1 right, they remind you where not to go, but they don't really encroach on the green. So stay with a positive attitude on that tee, and you'll find that green is plenty big enough.
So on the putting surface, and taking a good look now at this birdie putt here at the second. Frank, this would be a nice way to jumpstart the round.
Yeah, his momentum can quickly go in the right direction if he makes this.
Frank, all of a sudden, another player to factor in on this leaderboard.
Yeah, and things are starting to tighten up right now. Going to see where the next move comes from.
Up with the big boys now, Frank.
Well, we saw that previous tee shot go 310. This one's further.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Par yesterday. Now for birdie. A good birdie right there, Frank.
Oh, time to get another cup of coffee. Things are heating up.
Par 3 fourth, 250 yards, and you tee off just in front of the swamp, so golf cart's not going to get you to the green here, is it, Frank?
No, it might need an airboat to go across that.
Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. Just 5 feet left.
Sneaks that in. We're now tied.
Good look now at the 5th hole here at the Wetlands. Par 5, and it's a good one. 635 yards. Frank, that is position A.
Yeah, the tee shot was like silk, Rich. I mean, just sets up that second shot so beautifully.
Chance to get it close here. This has really been an airtight performance to this point, just flawless. What a display of shot making this has been, Frank.
That incredible approach shot there, the easiest of birdies coming up.
Just a tap in to finish the hole.
Well, birdies are hard to come by in this situation. So tight.
Keeps him right in the thick of it. On to the par 4 6th here at the Wetlands. And Frank, how does that water factor into the way you play this hole?
It bisects this fairway beautifully, Rich. 233 yards to the run out on the first section of fairway. And that might be worth considering for the short hitters. To try and flash it across the narrowest part of those wetlands, 276 yards. And of course, the more horsepower you got, actually the easier this tee shot becomes.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Oh, what a shot. I mean, almost in. Made par yesterday. This one for birdie. Really hitting on all cylinders now. 9 under for the tournament. So all the scores have been posted for round number 2, and look who is on top of the leaderboard, Frank.
Yeah, with 2 very solid rounds of golf. Key right now, just stay out of your own way and keep it up. The pressure will start to build. We know that as you get closer to the end of this tournament.
EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live third-round coverage of the BioWare Classic. Appears to be what they call a commercial play, very solid. On the green, and looking at a birdie opportunity. Frank, there's an old basketball announcer who used to say when a ball went in and out of the cylinder, just the way. EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live third-round coverage of the BioWare Classic. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live third-round coverage of the BioWare Classic. Frank, I think that went in.
It's a what? It's a hole-in-one.
He made an ace. That is unbelievable. Moving on to the par 4 11th, just a little bit more than 440 yards. But this could be really good, Frank.
Oh, straight at it. Oh, that was sweet. Straight down the middle.
Chance to set himself up for a good scoring opportunity with his second shot here. This is a good-looking shot. Well, that's how you play the game, right there. Birdie putt coming up. The par on this hole yesterday. racking them and stacking them. That's 12 under par now for the tournament. Stepping up to the tee at the first par 5 on this back nine. It's the 12th, and it is 576 yards.
Yeah, this hole bends to the right, opposite direction to what 11 does. A good tee shot, and you can actually think about reaching this par 5 and 2, but anything around the front or front left, still going to leave a relatively simple pitch shot. So when you stand on that tee, think of birdie at least here.
Playing his second shot here at the par 5. Crucial eagle attempt on the way. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Now to the par 4 13. Frank, what are the options here?
Well, another straight one required here, Rich. It's 450. It's not overly long in today's standard, but still, he's loading up on it.
Look at the coil there. Just amazing what they're able to do with that golf swing. Hit it so far at that size. Not overly big, but man, can really move it a long ways. And now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. That ball's sitting up. You can bring it in high. You can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
Can't hide the flagstick from that man. Another one inside of 5 feet. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. Good third round, Frank, and a good spot heading to the final 18.
Yeah, to be in the top 5 right now, the caliber of this field, know that your game is good enough too, and a legitimate chance of taking home the trophy come tomorrow night. This really is what all those hours on the range contribute to, this moment right now.
EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live final round coverage of the BioWare Classic. It is just an ideal day for golf. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports. We're getting set for all the action this afternoon at Wetlands Golf and Country Club in Florida. And this is certainly a challenge, Frank.
It is. We really should rename it Dryland, because that's the way you want to play this golf course. If you're not dry, then you are going to be wet. That swampland is just all the way around this golf course. In between it, though, is fairway. So fairway, the goal all day today.
And as always, with the state of Florida, you have to factor in the changing winds. We'll call this 140 yards to the flagstick. This is just a superb performance. Great round to this point, Frank, and you can really see that reflected in his mood today.
Yeah, it just looks too easy. Swinging the club beautifully. Ball's going exactly where he wants it to. He's not trying to take too many risks. So consequently, he's getting birdie opportunity after birdie opportunity.
Mark that as a birdie on the card. Good par 3 here at the 14th. It's a little bit more than 200 yards, Frank.
And there's a bunker short. So you've got to fly that coming in there. And if you do miss time one, that's when that body of water to the right really comes into play. Typical Floridian golf, but high-flying, soft-landing tee shot, once again, is the goal.
This hole really sets up well for the player. Birdie yesterday, and a chance for another one today. And getting ready for the putt. well done. 14th hole here at the Wetlands. A dangerous par 3 comes in at 204 yards. There's some trouble out there.
And this is where you have to readjust your focus. If you start looking right or left of this green, you see all the problems that could come in and prevail. Instead, just look at that front bunker. Try and fly your tee shot over that, somewhere around the front edge of the green, maybe 3 or 4 yards on, and then the hole becomes that much easier.
He'll be happy with that. In the fairway, now a good chance to attack this hole. Okay, the second shot now at this par 5. He makes a great pass at the golf ball. It's powerful, but it's rhythmic at the same time. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
On the green, and a chance for birdie. Par yesterday, now for birdie.
Well, that was a tricky one, but it's in.
16th hole at the Wetlands is a par 4, 455 yards.
Once again, another reward for a straight tee shot, but this green heavily guarded by sand. So, good tee shot, and, well, this one, you're going to have to hit one of the better iron shots required at Wetlands. That ball just took off the face.
Good contact, good result. Excellent start off the tee. That's a great way to begin this hole. Frank, what a turn of events here.
You're absolutely right, Rich. This round started off completely on the wrong foot, but he's managed to somehow keep his composure and turn this round completely in the other direction.
Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. Shouldn't be a problem here. With that birdie, moves one shot closer to the lead. Here we go at the 17th. It's a par 3, and it takes one good strike. That's what you like about par 3s of this length, Frank. 238 yards. Can't fake it here.
You certainly can't, and that green just shapes a little bit to the player's right. So the best shot to hit in here would be a little draw. And that is also the avenue provided by those 2 bunkers. One short left and the other one back right.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Good, clean contact and a nice result, and a chance for birdie coming up. Locked in on the read and the speed. Oh, I thought he had that. Came to the putt, excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, a little change in the attitude right now. You've let one go. You've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't.
So, hanging in down the stretch with a par. Final hole here at the Wetlands Golf and Country Club. It's par 4. It's not a long one, 377 yards. There must be some trouble out there somewhere.
Well, not really if you keep your wits about you. Just position the tee shot. You don't have to hit driver down here. Even a 3-wood's only going to leave a short iron. Keep the 3-wood 250, 260 yards. Do the maths. It's only 120 yards left. With that, with a scoring club, try and get that inside 10, 15 feet. Finish with a birdie.
But if you stray, then what?
Oh, no. We don't think of straying on this hole. This is the last hole. Got to finish well.
But I'm thinking about gators. Are there gators out there?
Well, there's gator on the menu.
Well, Frank, this is a good tournament. Tied for the lead after that eagle.
Oh, huge eagle. Rich, what a time to do that.
Just a tremendous week of golf. And that, my friend, is a winner right there.
Yeah, and he should be proud of himself, too. It took golf of the highest quality to beat this high-quality field, and that is something that you will remember for a long, long time.
Today's coverage brought to you by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. Here at the TPC Scottsdale in Arizona, and Frank, when so many people tune in to watch this great event, they think immediately of the 16th hole with all of those fans jammed in. It's like Fenway Park inside the desert there, but it's much more than that little par 3, isn't it?
It certainly is more than that, Rich. The TPC Scottsdale is a great venue for a PGA Tour event. It's a blend of everything: birdie opportunities, holes that are fraught by water, bunkering that's being changed. All in all, it's a great atmosphere with nearly 500,000 people that visit this during the tournament week. There's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Regarded as a very accurate player, that shot says it all. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. This can be a cruel game at times. Oh, man.
Just pushed it.